you just don't know what to do. And you know, out of nowhere comes a school like Alpine.
Katie's parents had struggled for years. They had done pretty much everything they could to try to figure out how to help her fill that hole, to give her the validation that she needed, and to try to balance their lives with what Katie needed, and it just wasn't happening.
And it was an internal struggle between us, more than you'll ever know, because at the end of the day, she was so young, and you just feel like almost like a failure as a parent that you can't correct this on your own.
There's a lot of anger, and she would feel it really quickly and manage it in very impulsive ways. And that was a lot of acting out and tantrums and outbursts.
She's screaming, she's playing us off each other. I'm the hard one, he's the easy one.
It became violent to the point where I kicked holes in the wall, and I disrupted the neighborhood, and it was not a good place to be.
The most frustrating feeling was that it was just a slow descent. It wasn't getting better no matter what we tried. It seemed like everything we tried sort of made it worse.
When Katie first came to Alpine, she was a scared little girl. There was so much that was going on in her life. She was out of control, both physically and emotionally, and just didn't know how to deal with the things that were being thrown at her.
We also worked a lot on her social skills. She was really regressed. So we worked on a lot of problem solving and getting along with others. And the other thing that Katie really worked on was accepting rules and structure in her life.
As Katie progressed at Alpine, we saw a lot of different changes in her. She was able to get along with the other girls a lot better. She was able to share attention and share time. And she began to find joy in just simple things.
The moment I really knew when Katie was really starting to change and make some significant shifts in her therapy was when she was really starting to honor her family as human beings. She was starting to connect to them in a deeper way and see them as people with feelings and needs just as she was, and that this was about being collective and working together rather than them being objects to serve her needs.
The changes were astounding because we didn't see the incremental ones. We would talk to her on the phone, we could hear a little bit, but when we got to her, you know, our out-of-control little child was becoming a mature young adult that got it.
And she was taught to develop relationships that she actually maintained throughout her stay. And then some.
Still does.
And it's just amazing to watch that still to this day.
I knew when Katie was ready to go home when I had met with the family towards the end of her treatment and saw both the parents and Katie integrating their skills naturally in a way where they didn't need direction or prompts to do so.
And then after Alpine, when I had graduated, we were just so close, and I was this new person, and she was so proud of me for all the work that I had done.
A few years back, that never would have happened. I mean, she and I, we had a very, very strained relationship. It's just a miracle that we have this type of relationship right now. I am just so proud of this kid.
And as of today, I just graduated as a class valedictorian. I've had straight A's all throughout high school. I just recently got an award yesterday for having a 4.08 GPA.
I could not be happier with Alpine. I just couldn't, because Katie worked her tail off at Westview and it did wonders. But that never would have happened if it wasn't for Alpine. They turned her around in every sense of the word. She went from not caring about academics to being a tremendous student. She went from not being able to hold one friend to making a number of friends. She went from incredibly disorganized to just kind of disorganized. And she really is, to sum it up, it broke down the walls that was hiding the goodness in Katie.
And today Katie has developed into this not only beautiful, poised person on the outside, but just a gorgeous person on the inside who is confident and sure of herself and willing to go for exactly what she wants in life.
You could give me 15 seconds or 15 hours and I wouldn't have enough time to say all the wonderful things I think about Alpine. The proof is in the pudding. Katie is so much better than she ever was before. And Alpine really gave us every dream we possibly could have hoped for. And I think 20 years from now, I'm going to look back on this and have an even bigger smile on my face when I see how well she's done.
I am very grateful that Alpine has been in my life. It was a tremendous journey, and I'm thankful to everyone who has helped me there. And this is my story, and I'm proud to share it.
When I was 12 years old, I had horrible behavior and an extremely bad attitude. My family ended up sending me to a residential school in Utah at the Alpine Academy. The program really helped me out. I began to understand who I was and what I needed to do to change both my thinking and my actions.